Today I will be teaching you how to draw front view for proportion guidelines for a self-portrait. Students are going to begin by drawing a sequential step-by-step with the head. They will then also be adding a line of symmetry and eye, nose, and mouth level lines. It's important that students are drawing on a unlined piece of paper. A sketchbook is great. You can also use loose leaf paper. And the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're drawing large enough. So I put my hand down on my paper and I want to make sure that I'm drawing at least the size of my hand or a little bit larger, trying to fill up that whole space. Once you get started with your face, that is going to be an oval shape. Think of it like an upside down egg. And there is a modification on how you can draw this. If you struggle to draw an oval shape, you can think of it like an illustrator would. You can begin with really simple shapes. So if you start by drawing a larger circle lightly in pencil and then a slightly smaller circle below, you can then take those two edges, connect them with a curve. So the top circle and the bottom circle, connect those, which is a curved line, and then use your eraser to take away the information that's on the inside. And what this does is it gives you a really nice shape to start for the beginning of the face. And it's important that you check that it's nice and curved all the way around those edges. It shouldn't look sharp in anywhere. So feel free to adjust and redraw if you need to get that a little bit wider, a little bit more narrow in some places. It's important that you don't stretch that too fast. And it's also important that the face does not look like a circle. It should look like an oval. And make sure that we see that tapering, a gradual narrowing and widening. Once students are finished with the beginning of the face shape, you can go ahead and use the tools that you have available. A ruler is great to do the next step, but if you don't have a ruler, you can also use a straight edge. So I'm going to be using a pocket folder. And students can use that straight edge to help them draw their line of symmetry. That line of symmetry is going to go straight down the middle of the face and divide both sides equally. Just make sure that that looks straight and both sides look like they match. Once you have that line of symmetry, that will be very helpful in creating your proportion guidelines so that you know where the eye, nose, and lip level line will be placed. We are not going to be drawing the facial features yet, but we're just starting to map out where those lines are. I want students to think about halfway on that line of symmetry. So where is the center? You can visually measure this. You can also use a ruler to check the precise measurements, but check that the top and the bottom look equal. And if you have to readjust that line, feel free to. This is the eye level line. And that is where your eyes will eventually be drawn halfway on the face. A lot of people think that their eyes are higher up in that space, but that will be used for your forehead and hair and eyebrow space later on. So check that your eye level line is halfway. From the eye level line to the chin, students are going to be figuring out the next half, and they're going to be making a mark. Remember, from the eye level to chin, and draw that line across. This will be your nose level line, and check that there's equal space above and below it. Your lower part of your nose will stop in that area, near where your nostrils are. So remember that the nose level line is a stopping point for where your nose should not go past. And the last line you will draw is halfway down from the nose level to the chin level, and that will create your lip level line. That is where your lower lip will stop. We use the line of symmetry to help us map out our eye level, nose level, and lip level lines. And again, just check that your work looks similar to mine. Make sure that you drew at least the size of your hand. You have good tapering in the face, gradual widening and narrowing. And then double check that you have your work photographed and posted in our Show What You Know for this week's lesson.